town of Lone Grove, a wedge tornado went through there, demolished neighborhoods, and some people were killed in that area. Eyewitness News 5's Amanda Guerra is there live. And Amanda, tell us the very latest.
Everybody has that one event in their life that always kind of changes their perspective. In 2009, on a very warm, muggy, rare February 10th, working at Ada, Oklahoma, that's a year of storm chasing. I hadn't had much luck. A poor boy trying to figure out how to do it with not much technology, not much learning. I learned that night. I decided to set out after work, went to the Wilson Hilton, Oklahoma area where storms firing in Texas. Earlier that day, Oklahoma City and Edmond had been hit by some smaller, weaker tornadoes. Well, I elected, it was cheaper on gas and I didn't chase metros anyway, I would chase the southern end, what's called Tail End Charlie. Sure enough, it paid off. And that night, a tornado touched down in Montague County in Texas, crossed Love County, then put down a monster in Carter County. I did what was considered a hook slice after Al Mitchell at KTEN television, because Chris Harrod got stuck on the other side of the Red River, so I picked it up on the other side of the Red River, separating Oklahoma, Texas. And I elected to do a hook slice to try to get in front of the storm. So I always chase tornadoes from right in front of it. As I came out of the rain in Lone Grove, the power was out, the calm outside the rain, the cone of silence. Yet by front of me, as I sat on the highway between Lone Grove and Ardmore, in front of the library, the post office, pardon me, sat about a 1 city block distance, about a quarter mile, a half-mile wide EF-4, the first EF-4 in Oklahoma, because the Pagea scale had changed to enhanced. I was sitting that close around me. The wind was enormous, enormous. And watched a Lone Grove police officer in a pickup throw off the road. Should listen to my warning light, but some people don't listen, especially when we know a little more than they do. We don't do law enforcement, they don't do storm chasing. Sure enough, everybody else stopped Lone Grove, even the TV station like, Jason, we need you on there. Well, no, I live in Sulphur, Oklahoma, and guess what? It ain't done yet. The tornado tracked right between Ardmore and Lone Grove after hitting the south and east side of Lone Grove, tracked over the north side of Ardmore. It is beelining for Sulphur. But there's no roads in that area, in the Darty area. You have to go up into Murray County and come back down because of the Arbuckle Mountains. So, I tracked it up I-35 and lost it in the darkness in the Arbuckle Mountain Range, making it home to see the nightmare that was the Barcade Trailer Park. 1999, me and my family moved out of our first home we ever owned, a trailer house. Yes, Redneck, Oklahoma. And it was in the Barcade. 9 people lost their lives in that trailer park. Not a single trailer was left. The landlord's home, that owned the property, it was even gone. In a minute, you'll see a video of, it's kind of like a highlight reel from I made many years ago that I recently got back, of the May night 2010, which was not a warm, muggy night. It was cold. And KTEN did a 1 year later episode, which me and Chris Harrod were there and our vehicles were behind them and all that nonsense. But it's kind of interesting to go back and finally actually also meet the meteorologist that I worked with that night. Shortly after that, I kept ties with KTEN. They went with Chris Harrod, and the rest was history. But I'm not a camera person. YouTube's pretty much the first time I actually went where you can see me. And yet, I don't storm chase anymore. I may be back in the spring in Oklahoma storm chasing, because I miss it. It's been a long time since 2020, but I do miss it. Let's kick back and enjoy. I'll even throw a quick picture right over here, of my buddy Michael Ratliff's photo, one of the very few storm chaser taking photos from that evening of the monster EF-4 Lone Grove tornado. Stay twisted. There might be some more stuff like this out. But next up is Woods of Terror. Stay twisted.
Let me first say that we have done an aerial tour of the Carter County and in particular the Lone Grove area. The path of the tornado that came through this area last night appears to have been approximately 4 to 5 miles long and at times about a half a mile wide. And the devastation in the path of this tornado is just incredible. It takes your breath away. The damage here is very extensive, and it's not just isolated to the trailer park that has received a lot of media attention. It's all along this particular swath. There's tremendous damage, and I have to say, on behalf of all the people in the state of Oklahoma, that our hearts and prayers go out to everyone across the state that was impacted by the storms last night, and in particular to the families of those who lost loved ones. It's a devastating and tragic loss. It's deeply saddening to all of us. And this morning I received a call at about 7:45 from the Secretary of Homeland Security, Janet Napolitano, and frankly, it was one of the quickest, I think probably the quickest response I've ever had out of Homeland Security of all of the disasters that we've been through over the years, at least during my term. And Secretary Napolitano pledged any and all support from Homeland Security and FEMA and assured me that they would be there. Just after noon today, I received a telephone call from President Barack Obama, who expressed his heartfelt condolences and asked me to convey his thoughts and prayers to, in particular, the families who lost loved ones, but to all Oklahomans who were impacted negatively by this storm. Again, I want to stress to everyone that this has been a horrific and devastating experience and loss, including and in particular because of the loss of lives here. We can rebuild the homes. We can rebuild the businesses. We can restore the power, but we can't bring back the ones who lost their lives. And so, in closing, before I answer questions, I want to reach out to all Oklahomans across this state and ask everybody in every corner of this state to pray for everyone who has been impacted by this storm, and pray for the families of those who lost loved ones.
Let's see it.